Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. Welcome to the TAKAFUL versus Insurance Forum. I'm Nurul Hanis binti KASIM. Students from University Utara Malaysia will be the chairperson for today. Okay, before we go detail on today's topic, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speakers today who is going to talk to us about the TAKAFUL and insurance. This is a subject in which we should all be deeply interested because ultimately, TAKAFUL provides you with financial safety net in the event of unforeseen circumstances. Other than that, TAKAFUL can ensure you and your loved one receive necessary compensation and care. So, today we invite the great speakers from Pantai Timur, special for all of you. Okay, I would like to introduce all of our speakers today. Our first speaker is Miss Siti Asma SHAHIDAH binti AZLIN, and our second speaker is Miss Nurul ILYKA binti Muhammad SUKRI. Our third speaker is Miss AMIRAH binti NAWI, and our fourth speaker is Miss SYAZIERA binti Muhammad IMRAN. For your information, our speakers today were alumni from University Utara Malaysia who are excellent students in Bachelor of Islamic Finance and Banking. Now, they are partners for their own TAKAFUL companies. So, you guys will really going to enjoy the time we spend together today in this forum because our panel going to share with you the most important information on today's topic. So, I hope all of you can stay tuned until the end of today's forum. Okay, without further ado, I would like to ask the first question to our first speakers. As we know, in Malaysia, we have insurance product and TAKAFUL products. These two offer protection or coverage if something happened to us. So, I would like to ask Miss Asma, what are the differences between the TAKAFUL and insurance? Welcome, Miss Asma.
Thank you, Miss Hanis, for the question. So, insurance is a contract between individual or entity with the insurance company in order to protect client from losses. Insurance, also known as an agreement by which a company or the state undertake to provide a guarantee of compensation for specified losses, damage, illness, or death in return for payment of a specified premium. However, insurance cannot be taken by Muslim because the existence of riba, ghara, and maisir in the contract, which is prohibited in Islam. However, TAKAFUL is a protection plan based on Sharia, also known as Islamic insurance, wherein the members contribute money into a pool system to guarantee each other. TAKAFUL branded insurance is based on Sharia or Islamic religious law. Therefore, there are several differences between TAKAFUL and insurance. The first is TAKAFUL based on mutual cooperation, while insurance based on commercial factor only. The third one is TAKAFUL subjected to Sharia law and government law, while insurance subjected to government law only. The third one is TAKAFUL plan holder and shareholders fund only be invested in Sharia compliance investment fund, while capital of premium for insurance is invested in fund and investment channel that are not necessarily Sharia compliance.
Thank you, Miss Asma SHAHIDAH, for the clear explanation of the differences between TAKAFUL and insurance. Okay, now we already know the difference of TAKAFUL and insurance, but they also have many products under the TAKAFUL. As I know, there are two main products in TAKAFUL, which is Life TAKAFUL and General TAKAFUL. So next, I would like to ask Miss ZILA ILYKA, our second speaker. to explain in depth about the two general main product of takaful, which is the life takaful and general takaful. Can Miss Zila ILYKA tell how these two products differ from each other?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First and foremost, I would like to thank organizer for inviting me to share some benefit information on our forum today. A very good morning also to the Miss Hanis as a chairperson, panels and all audience. First of all, life and general takaful are types of takaful. General takaful is also referred to as property takaful. The general takaful contract is a short-term policy where participants pay contribution and operators undertake to manage risk. Some general takaful products include fire takaful, motor takaful, marine takaful and miscellaneous takaful. General takaful use a concept of tabarruk in this contract, while life takaful is a protection and long-term savings. Risks covered by life takaful are medical and health with critical illness, premature death, total permanent disability and old age. When we suffer a tragedy, takaful will cover all of this. That's all from me. I hope with the sharing all of you can know what is a general takaful and life takaful. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Zila ILYKA. Wow, it's interesting explanation. So much information from Miss Zila regarding the takaful products. Now we know there are several products under life takaful and several products under the general takaful. Okay, now we move on from the takaful products. Nowadays, when I heard about takaful or when people promoting the takaful products, they also talk about hibah. So next, accordingly, I would like to ask our third speaker, Miss AMIRAH. Can Miss AMIRAH tell us what is hibah in takaful? Is it a product or a contract, or is it one of the concept in takaful? Welcome, Miss AMIRAH.
Thank you to the moderator Hanis. Assalamualaikum and a very good day upbeat to all of you. First and foremost, I would like to thank the organizer for giving me a chance to deliver some benefit information about hibah takaful on our forum today. Since Bank Negara Syariah Advisory Council (SAC) issued a resolution that hibah in takaful can be granted on 5th November 2014, many takaful participants have breathed a sigh of relief. This means that any death benefit can be given directly to the nominee without having to go through the estate management process. So, before we go through about hibah takaful, let me tell you what hibah means. Okay, hibah means the giving of ownership of an item to a person without any return. Okay, in other words, hibah also means a gift given by a person to another person voluntarily while he or she is still alive. Okay, this means that if you as a takaful contributor pass away, the nominee appointed by you will receive absolute compensation for the benefit of the takaful plan you have participated. So, what about hibah takaful? Okay, hibah takaful means that when takaful participant die, the distribution of the compensation money from the takaful issuing company will be given to the heir of the takaful holder, which can be done through hibah, that is directly. Okay, so through hibah takaful, the individual can donate his property to anyone, whether his family or not, while the individual is still alive. Okay, so one of the advantage of hibah takaful is debt settlement. Okay, Islam strongly demands the settlement of debts in life even after the death. The Prophet ﷺ said, all the sins of the shuhada are forgiven except death. Hadith narrated by Muslim. Religious scholars and ustad have also advised that death is the main thing that needs to be resolved by the heirs immediately after the death of the person or his body is taken care of. Even the heirs are required to settle the debts of the deceased first before managing and distributing property to the heirs. As an example, if you owe your friends 100 ringgit or 200 ringgit, maybe your heirs can pay it off. But what about a large debt commitments like business debt, personal financing worth thousands of ringgit? Of course, it burdens your heirs not only financially, but their emotions are also distributed by the debt left behind. Therefore, hibah takaful is the best way to ensure that your departure does not complicate and burden them. With that, they can use the money you have left to pay off all your debts and get on with life as usual. So, in conclusion, hibah takaful plays a very important role in protecting our heirs when they lose a family member, especially if the deceased is the sole breadwinner in the family. If you are not appointed a nominee for your takaful plan, do so immediately. Make sure the nominee is the recipient of the hibah and not the executor, because the executor is not the absolute recipient. The benefit still need to be distributed according to the estate management laws. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you to Miss Amirah. Okay, now we know hibah is the compensation money that will be given to the beneficiary directly through hibah. So we know that it is special that in takaful we have hibah where we can directly name someone who we trust or our loved one as a beneficiary or someone who will get the compensation money when we die. Okay. Alright, now if you guys remember what I said at the beginning of the forum, takaful provides you with a financial safety net in the event of unforeseen circumstances, and we don't know what happened in the future, but we can planning in the manage the risk or our financial. So now we will ask our next speaker, Miss SHAHIDAH, how the risk management is important in our life. Welcome, Miss SHAHIDAH.
Thank you for the question. Actually, we will be thanking ourselves in the future for purchasing the takaful insurance for ourselves. What we need to understand is that we do not know what tomorrow will bring. Have we prepared for the worst case scenario that might happen to ourselves? What if someday we fall while we are working at the office and we are diagnosed with a permanent disability for the rest of our life? So in these cases, we can see how important risk management for us. Risk management at individual level saves the life of our loved one. Have we ever thought of how life would be like for those who are dependent on us when we are no longer around? There is no doubt that we would like to ensure the livelihood of our loved ones are not jeopardized and compromised by our sudden demise. Hence, risk management would be at hand to ensure the future of our loved ones remain intact and protected. Otherwise, risk management could assist in paying off debts, knowing very well that life is not a bed of roses and we are worried that our loved one, which we call beneficiaries, would be burdened by the debts that we leave behind. Risk management will be the savior as the lump sum payout will help to alleviate them for such anxiety. Risk management also puts our mind to peace. Never underestimate the importance of a peace of mind, for it is the very essence to a healthy and happy life. Risk management is like a safety net that comes in handy just when we need it. It goes beyond doubt that risk management is absolutely crucial, especially during this uncertain economic environment where everything seems fragile.
Alright, thank you so much to Miss SHAHIDAH for the explanation regarding the risk management. Yeah, it is undeniable that the risk management really important, not only for us, but also important for our beloved family. Alright, I think we come to the last question for today's forum. So for the last question, I would like to ask Miss ZILA ILYKA. Can Miss ZILA give some point of view or suggestion towards the takaful industry? Welcome, Miss ZILA.
Thanks again to the chairperson, Miss Hanis. Such a good question. I think that the agents of takaful need to follow the main principle of takaful. It will make sure that takaful industry were in the right path according to Islam. For your information, there are three main principles that represent the virtues of Islam. First, cooperation, which is the most important virtues of Islam that has been mentioned in the Holy Quran and saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that encourages Muslims to apply it on their behavior and transaction. The second is responsibility. Responsibility is an obligation from the insurer towards the insured in financial and material loss. The third one is mutual protection, where there is win-win situation of two parties. I hope this idea can make takaful industrial will become a good takaful in the future. Thank you.
Thank you once again to Miss ZILA ILYKA for the good suggestion. I would like to encourage all the audience to take the takaful protection because the takaful is very important and beneficial to us. Through the spirit of cooperation and joint responsibilities among participants, the act of charity and benevolence allows participants the opportunity to obtain two forms of benefit. First, the monetary benefits through the takaful plan itself. Secondly, the benefits in the spiritual sense. Through the act of tabarruk or donation, participants will receive court grace and blessing in life and hereafter. The takaful system does not differentiate color or creed. It is meant to benefit all the participants irrespective of their religious belief. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our forum today comes to the end. First, I would like to thank all the wonderful speakers who are willing to give speech for today's forum. Not to forget to all the audience, thank you all for joining today and taking the time to patiently listen to what our speakers had to say. It's been a pleasure being with all of you today, and I wish you all a blessed day. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.